EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. And we are underway from SoFi Stadium.
Recovered by the receiving team.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. Stroud to throw it. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Throwing now is Stroud. Another one caught by Collins. And he's got this down to the 35. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Stroud looking to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And Stroud now to throw. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 18. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
Here's Stroud. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Now a timeout called for by the defense. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Opening play, and Stroud will throw it. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, a turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
And some space to move right away as he's all the way up to the 30. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. They'll run it again with Henry. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. No score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
13. 180.
Henry is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
Henry again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Ravens post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Stroud. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. Stroud keeps it. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go.
He ran it last time. Now Stroud will throw it. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A short throw caught by Andrews. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Now a 2nd and 2. Play action. Now Jackson. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. Look at the big man rumble. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Isaiah Likely, as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens would extend their lead here just before halftime. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now Stroud. This goes out wide from Mixon. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. Stroud. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. They intercept Stroud again, the third time in this game. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A two-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that third consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. A first down carry for Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
He's got it at the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 47 yards. And the Ravens will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 46, here's 2nd down and 7. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Back to throw. Stroud. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Here now, 2nd and 4. Again, it's Stroud. That one complete. It's tanked down. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 22-yard line. Stroud working out of the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Stephon Diggs. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7.
Next to score, Ravens 20, Texans 7. Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. He sets to fire deep. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are right back in this football game. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Throwing to start the drive. Stroud. He'll complete this one to Collins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Stroud. That's caught by Diggs. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This is 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
That's caught again by Schultz.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Mixon is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Touchdown, Houston.
Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And checking the timeouts, they do have two defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And he has the Ravens first down, and it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it. Now the Texans will use one of their two remaining timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. And they take a knee. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. And they will take a knee here. Well, taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big fourth quarter comeback. Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? In the fourth quarter, they had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
The Ravens send their punter out now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different. But ultimately, time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short. And they hold on to win this by just one possession.
Not the fourth quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.
It's the city of rock and roll, and this place sure is rocking as they await the start of this one. We're here at Huntington Bank Field in Cleveland, Ohio. Dustin Hopkins out, ready to send this away. And off we go from Cleveland. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Stroud in the air to start us off. That's a catch for Nico Collins. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
On the 3, right?
Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And they had that one contained right at the line. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Oh, right.
From the gun, Stroud. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete. Try getting it to Nico Collins. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Stroud. This is complete to Schultz. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line.
Feet nice, Kate. Feet nice. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet nice move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense.
No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
Well, this play never had a chance between the pressure at home and the coverage downfield. QB still got to find a way to throw it up and give somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Watson now off play action. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game. Jerry Jeudy, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't.
It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. And the Texans grab it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 42. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Pass taken in by Diggs. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
All right.
A give to Mixon up the middle. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Finding Collins. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
All right.
Mixon on the counter. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. Welcome back. Time for our second quarter. The Texans with a chance to score. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down. Back to throw, Stroud. Into the hands of Schultz. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Now it's Stroud. This throw is cut. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Mixon. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Texans get the game's first points here in the second. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. To return, Jerome Ford. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Get it. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Azeez Al-Shire has it. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Thrown at the depth where linebackers come into play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans double their lead to 14. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick-6. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Ready.
Back to the air following the pick-6. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. And the Texans get the football back inside the 45-yard line after the interception. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And they bring him down around the 34.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
From the 34. Connecting on the slant. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
All right.
They're going to run here. It's Mixon. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
The throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Timeout called by the offense, and with another timeout available, they could actually get another 2 plays if they work quick. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. To the air, Stroud. And that finds him in the end zone for the Houston touchdown. The Texans get more points to end a lopsided first half. Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans stretch their lead to 21. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Here's Ford on the return. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. This return makes it up to the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Five-o. Ready. Sonic. Easy.
Running back sent in motion.
Flip it.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That one's caught along the left sideline. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in 1 play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Ready.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
At the 44-yard line.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
1st and 10 from the 41.
Ready.
Chubb on the give, headed left. He still has room inside the 30. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
Ready?
From the red zone now. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Browns cutting to the lead coming out of halftime. On comes Dustin Hopkins to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Browns get it back to a 14-point game. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And his choice to leave the end zone going to cost him a small chunk here as he's out shy of that 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Forced out to his right. Looking slant route complete. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Completed to Collins. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10 are on to Mixon. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. On the ground again with Mixon. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1.
Here we go.
Keeping it with Mixon. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Here's Stroud. He finds him beyond the marker. And he works this to the 38 before going down. They hit him for 5 yards on 4th down and get the successful conversion.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, sit on the bench to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Complete to Dell. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st down, Stroud. And that one's unsuccessful. Trying to find Stephon Diggs. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Stroud. And that finds him in the end zone for the Houston touchdown. The Texans make it a 3-score game in the 4th. It's a Stephon Diggs touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. This one's going to be a return from deep in the end zone. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Ready.
And off to Chubb to start the drive. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Browns hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Green, triple team. Ready. Let me go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll get this to Tillman. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He picks up 28 on the play. And that gives the Browns a 1st. Here's Winston. That's Tillman. He's got it. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on. Let me go.
Winston now. That's complete, David Njoku. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
Ready.
Throwing is Winston. Toward the sideline, and he's got more. And he's going to reach the 6 before he goes out. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use. Driven backward to the 11 as they line up for 2nd and goal. Trying again following the sack. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And now they're left with 3rd and goal.
White. Ready.
Winston looking to throw. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Henry To'o comes up with it. And the Texans can only get the return up towards the 10 before they're taken down. Well, how quickly things can change. They were looking so good just a couple of plays ago, and suddenly, not anymore. A red zone look comes up empty with that interception.
I think the pressure got to him there, Kate. And I don't even mean all those pass rushers, although they were certainly coming too. I mean the pressure of being 3rd down in the red zone. That's where you got to slow yourself down as a quarterback and know you've got to simply protect the football.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Searches from the pocket. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Complete out to the right side. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Juan Thornhill takes it away. And the Browns return the interception almost to midfield before the tackle's made. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
A bit of desperation on this deep shot. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up second down.
Ready. Ready, we go.
One final shot here. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that pass is dropped. Fitting. That would be their final play of the game as we've reached the end of this one. So the Texans come away with a road win. Well, as they celebrate to the boos of the home crowd, I'm sure you're having flashbacks, buddy. It's got to be music to their ears, hearing those fans voice their displeasure.
It is so sweet, Kate, when you win on the road for a couple of reasons. Yeah, I do remember. I remember silencing those road crowds. There's no better feeling than to hear, those boos and those cheers and all that noise just silenced because you beat them in their building. You know the other great sound? The plane ride home. Those are some of the greatest memories you have to celebrate that road victory and a whole road trip home to take it all in.